Welcome back. This is episode 8 of the podcast. We'll be sitting down with Mikey and Jared in this episode, both of which have been on the podcast separately. Just want to thank you guys for the support on the videos and everything, and hope you enjoy this one. We'll be breaking down his most recent fight from the perspective of both his coach and him, and also delving a bit more into psychology of fighting and general mindset. And yeah, it's an interesting one. First one with two guests. I just want to give a huge thank you to Mike and Jared for doing this one, and hope you guys enjoy the conversation.
Yeah.
Listen. I was about to spit some boards.
Yeah,
Right.
you should have kept
Go
going.
on.
Right, welcome
You
back.
said listen, and I thought you were going to have like a meltdown again. Okay, I'm listening. Right, let's get it.
Right, welcome back. Both of you have been on the pod separately, so I don't think we need to do much of an introduction, but we got Mikey and Jared back.
Sup?
So,
Sup?
Wait, where's the camera?
Over there.
he asked the same question, you know.
Yeah.
So we're going to go
Need to
over,
know.
we've got Mikey's fight up here. We're going to go over it. It'll be interesting to see from a coach and the fighter perspectives on the fight, thoughts afterwards.
Come on.
Just wanted to be involved, you know.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
So,
Sound guy.
so yeah, I know you're short on time, busy man, so we'll get straight into it.
You know, this walkout felt completely different to the last one.
What, better?
Oh, yeah. Like a million times better. I remember in the first one, I was like a deer in headlights, mate. I didn't know there was just so much to process. But like this one, I was just like, oh mate, I was like present. I was locked in. Yeah, for sure. Like I actually got to enjoy the moment, sort of thing. Whereas in the first one, I was like,
The moment enjoyed you.
yeah.
You were just a part of it.
That's
Yeah.
natural though, innit? If it's the first fight, of course, you get a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you fighting? Like gloves?
Yeah.
I don't know why his looks massive.
Roll.
Yeah, it's only because he's short-ish.
And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner.
The alter ego came out, mate. The alter ego came out.
You can
I don't
tell
know.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
your demeanour. You can tell you're like a lot more relaxed. In this
Yeah,
first
for
one.
sure. For sure. I had hair in my mouth there. That's what I was trying to pull out of my mouth. But I had this massive, obviously the gloves on. I couldn't get this hair out my mouth. I was like, God.
The ultimate distraction.
Did you get it out?
No, I never got it out, mate.
Just firmed it.
I just had to firm the hair in the mouth, mate. But obviously, as soon as the fight started, I was.
You got a glove on. You can't get that shit.
Yeah.
Looks packed in there as well.
Yeah. it
Well,
was
here we
pretty
go,
busy.
about number
Oh, yeah,
great
12.
similar.
atmosphere.
Look at the stare down. Marlon Rowe in the
There we
red
go.
corner.
Calm.
He
Mikey
I
Sheridan
maintained
in the
eye
blue
contact the
corner.
whole time. When he walks away, he lost it. I was like, right. That's
No,
first
lost
win.
Yeah. It begins.
Yeah.
Well, they both look like they've come to fight.
I go straight in with a left kick here.
Okay, here we are. Muay
What's
Thai.
the game plan?
High
Both got the
advantage
same
to
record.
Sheridan.
Mate, to be honest, it was
Both
just
got the same
to
record,
use
one
my range,
contest
man.
with one
Stay nice and relaxed. I thought he was
Slight
going to
difference
come
in
at me
age,
a lot
but
more.
Sheridan has the height
'Cause
advantage.
I studied his last fight, and he
And
was
if you're gonna
flying
win
at his
fights
opponent
based
like,
upon a
the
physique,
whole time,
then
just like
Michael
fearlessly.
Sheridan would be winning
And the
that.
guy was a lot taller.
Nice high kick there, but defended well by
You're
Marlon
poking
Rowe.
really well, so he needs to cover the range in order to land anything on you. And it's a combination of being evasive and poking straight shots at him, which is discouraging him from moving forward at this stage, which is really, really good. He's
Yeah.
trying to chuck lazy low kicks at you, but every time you're managing to use agility to avoid them, which is going to lull him a little bit, because every time he tries to go for some single shot, he's never going to be able to cover the range in time for him to move backwards or poking or something.
My footwork I was just in and out. I was kind of like there,
Mikey
then not
Sheridan
there.
just using his range nicely, taking
Yeah,
the centre
Dave
of the
says
ring.
it, says it perfectly. Just
Keeping
using
it
the
long.
range nicely.
So he's got the height advantage.
That's
really
certainly what
letting
you should be
him
doing at that height.
Get started. Nice
Miniature
little
shin
parry
pads
there.
on.
I'd probably finish the kick there.
He moved out of the way
Backflips.
quite well, though, to be fair.
Yeah, good control.
Yeah, not a huge amount of activity. Both sort of feeling each other out.
1-2 was excellent.
Yeah.
3.5 minutes.
Not exactly the best thing to do in such a short 3-round fight.
Just kind of feeling him out, really.
Yeah, sure.
Like I was expecting him to
Be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about his overhand right.
Yeah, his overhand right in the head kick. I mean, that started coming in the later rounds, which
Nothing
we'll
serious,
see.
just a slip.
I think his corner told him to be a little bit more aggressive. And just
Neither man wanted to make a mistake, I think. They're just
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
their
Spin
time
kick,
a little bit
spin
here.
kick.
Caution
That
is
was a
fine
nice
here
little
because
spinning kick there,
he may
landed
start
at the very,
passing,
very
but
end
you
of the
don't know
round
in the middle of the
for
round whether he's just
Michael
gonna
Sheridan.
switch it up
Mm.
and just start
Yeah.
charging in. So a little bit of caution is fine.
I mean, to be honest, yeah. I normally that's my first time doing 3 rounds as well. It's a slightly different
Format.
Yeah, different format. And to be honest, my style is very much kind of like slowly like work some.
work your way
a
up.
five.
Yeah, like I analyze someone, and then build up.
Was that in your head going into it? Because you know your last round was 5 rounds and it was...
The thing is, it was slightly in my head, but also, you know, it's my first experience doing that, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how it was going to be. You also don't know what sort of fight your opponent's going to bring as well.
You look quite, recovered quite well as well. Don't look
Okay, let's
I'll
see
be
what
honest,
round
man.
two
Yeah,
entails.
I didn't exert a lot of energy in that first round at all. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Justin.
There we go. Just
That's a clean
patience.
score.
Marlon Rowe getting stuck in a little bit
yeah.
more now.
Yeah, he just starts.
That's better.
Just hold him, let him
Needs to engage in this. Only a 3-rounder, as you said.
Yeah, you know, in such a short format, you've
It's
kind
hard
of got
to
to go
score
for
what
it,
he
haven't
did
you?
before if that's what happened in the game.
You certainly do.
It's hard to...
It's quite an inactive first round. Got to show the judges that you want to win.
Yeah.
It's difficult to do against someone who, number 1, has power, and number 2, you're giving up your range. That was a spin and a miss into...
I'm surprised that the referee let that continue there. 'Cause it was a solid connection to put him down.
Well, it's
even
like I
though it might have been
knew
on the gloves.
if I span and didn't feel the spinning back fist, then I knew I could just go for the kick because he would have moved out the way. Yeah, exactly.
You missed the first one, you just keep fucking...
I got a little bit spin happy, I think, after that, but
yeah,
it needed
he's,
to.
he's having a bit of success with those spinning attacks because, like you say, his opponent Marlon
He's moving
is
backwards,
moving
all the
backwards
time,
in a straight line.
That was a sweep attempt.
Yeah, that was.
And so as he turns, he kind of knows where he's going to be when he comes round with a second
Yeah,
kick.
when he threw that, I was like, mate, you're not gonna get me with that, man. Like, come on.
So
Just get a
now,
little pullback, left kick counter.
so now he's in the position where he's hesitant to throw because he doesn't know whether
Yeah,
you're
that
coming
switch
or
kick's
going.
working well for him as well.
Here he's just kind of in creep forward and stand there, like boxing bag mode.
Nice teep
Now is a
from
candidate for
Sheridan.
stepping in and unloading him.
Oof.
Cool. Fine. Shot.
There we go, put a cap on the round there. Again, very, very close.
It's like, I wish we could get
potentially with
the
that
slow mo.
kick, put him
I've
down.
got all the
Michael
slow
Sheridan
mos
might
of
have
like
the
where I'm
advantage
like
there, but
all my head
that's down to the
movement, and, like, all my
judges.
counters and stuff like that. Maybe I can send it to you afterwards. And,
There's a lot of good stuff to unpack here. There's a lot of good stuff.
yeah.
You can send them to him.
Yeah.
Boom. I'd say that back fist was defensive. Like you throw it just in case he's stepping.
Yeah.
It's not something you're trying to boom shot.
That was purely offensive though.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I
Travelling
stepped
forward,
through with it.
intention.
Yeah.
It was like it's okay if your back's turned to your opponent. Just let the back fist go as a defensive.
Yeah.
measure,
Your feints are quite clean as well. Quite nice.
Yeah, he's biting on them as well. They are effective shots, effective fakes as well, for sure. Yeah, you can see every little movement that you're making. He's biting a lovely body kick there.
Looks like that second round was more of what you expected from the first.
Yeah. And in this round, he kind of just needed to.
Okay, third and final
to
round.
go for it, really.
And there you go, Michael Sheridan. He came out the
He is
spinning
just
attack
flying
once
in.
again.
Control. Boom.
In a clinch now.
I needed to
Sheridan's
keep
got
my
his
head up
hands
more with
on
this open.
Marlon
He had his
Rose's
massive
face,
bicep
pushing
around my
away.
neck.
Well, it's difficult if he's got. I mean, that's his attributes.
Yeah.
You look at a fighter's attributes. If he's got fucking Goliath arms,
Yeah.
if he's got an arm around your neck, you're not really getting your head up.
Yeah.
You do your best to keep your posture.
Yeah, those long kicks are working for Michael Sheridan
You've
again.
got the dominant position.
And Marlon Rose there trying to break through that and find out, get on the inside.
See that there? Skip back 15 seconds. So I'll discuss it before we see it, and then I'll point it out. It's free space. So giving him space is fine. Yeah, giving him space is fine when he's throwing. But giving free space.
Okay, third and final round. And there you go, Michael Sheridan. He came out with a spinning attack once
He's
again.
giving you a lot of space. So you're in the dominant.
In a clinch now. Sheridan's got his hands on Marlon
I'll
Rose's
show you
face,
exactly where.
pushing it away.
This is when I step back into
the
Southpaw,
referee.
then step back into
Correct.
Orthodox. Yeah.
So that I would say is more of a candidate for standing your ground than just unloading the straight shots when he comes in. So you got. That's fine because he threw.
Yeah, those
That's
long
good.
kicks
That's
are
just
working
good.
for Michael
Boom,
Sheridan
lovely
again.
Shot. Fake and then
And
a big
Marlon Rose
kick,
there
good.
trying to break
This
through
is
that
you being
and find
dominant.
out, get on the
And
inside.
then just step back. Yeah. I let him off, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then step back again. Yeah, just.
So there's two schools of thought. If you've got an opponent who's very
bit of an
explosive
activity
and
in the
they're
round.
rushing forward at you to try and kill the
Bit of
range.
showboating there from Michael
The
Sheridan.
school of thought number one
Referee didn't take
is
too
be
kindly to
evasive
that.
and let them waste their power, which you were doing a fantastic job of. Every single time you were
There's
there,
Liam round the back there from Sheridan.
counter-attack at your leisure or throw shots when you want.
Yeah.
But the
Oh,
other
here's
school
the-
of thought, yeah, there we go. Shot.
Yeah.
We'll skip this round back. Just I'm going to finish this mode of thought. Yeah. So lovely. The other school of thought is when he explodes and he's looping, just unload your biggest power straight down the middle because you interact with him before he interacts with you.
So splitting the shot
him.
rather than
Split his
like
looping
pulling
shots.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was it. I did a very good job of getting out of the way
Evasive.
and then countering if he was there still.
Intelligently,
But
you
like,
weren't just running back.
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
intelligently being evasive. You were picking your shots, and you were like, when he throws, no, thank you, I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
You know? If he was throwing lighter shots, you could maybe just eat them. But he's not the kind of, he's not the archetype. He's not the character that throws the light shots.
No.
So you just don't be there.
Yeah.
Like it's pointless trying to ego someone that's throwing 100% power into every single shot.
This was my thought, particularly in round 3. Was I've got 2 rounds in the bank, and I was like, I don't get knocked out, I win this fight.
Yeah.
You know. And after losing my first fight, I had an absolute war. And you know, I woke up the next day, even though I lost, I was like, do you know what? Like, I showed my heart. Like, I left everything out there.
You stood on business.
Like, stood on business. Like, fought 3 rounds with a broken
100%.
rib and a collapsed lung, and arguably won the later rounds in that fight as well with the injuries and the collapsed lung. So, you know.
Yeah, I think you won that fight, and I think you did enough to win that fight. But then it's in the hands of the judges at that point.
Yeah.
But personally, if I was sat there, at the judge's desk, I would have said that you done enough to win in the later rounds, which is stadium Muay Thai to me. Is like the first couple of rounds they don't really get scored.
Yeah.
And then the later the fight goes, particularly round 4 and 5, the fighter who appears to be powering up and being more dominant in those rounds, they do play a little bit more of an edge.
Yeah.
Personally, I think you did enough to win that fight, and I mean that in the most objective sense possible.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because I'm your coach and because I like you. Objectively sat at the judge's desk, I'd have said you won that fight, but then at the end of the day, you both had a war and you both stood on business. So I think that fight and this fight, if you strike a balance between those two things, you're a dangerous and evasive fighter.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Well, yeah, that was it. It was more just, I think the result, getting the win, was really playing on my mind. Yeah, it was really playing on my mind beforehand. And actually, it was actually a conscious thought during the fight as well. You know, I felt very locked in and focused on my opponent, but it was a very conscious thing of, don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Don't get, you're up on points, right? You know what he wants to do. which is either knock me out with an overhand right or a flying head kick or something.
Or something crazy.
Something crazy, yeah.
Just to go nuts.
Like, yeah. So I knew what he wanted to do, and it was just like, avoid that and tag him.
Mm.
Which is what you did. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if that was your plan, then you executed it. Then there's nothing you can say about. If your plan was, you can sit there, bait face and go, I was trying to tag him. You did. Fantastic. You showed some skills. You showed some great evasive techniques, some leaning back and countering, some spinning techniques, good clinching fundamentals. You showed good technique without having to go to war. If that was your plan, then that's exactly what you took away from this fight.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even said that post because I know what you're capable of, and I know how much pressure you can put down, how aggressive you can be, and I would say that the optimal way of fighting this fight wouldn't have been to move and tag him, because there's always the chance you get hit by something.
Yeah.
There's always the chance.
Yeah,
it was to take control of the fight early and wear him down in an intelligent way, but pick your aggressive opportunities wisely. I would say that was veering towards the more optimal side of how this fight could have gone for you. But it depends on your strategy, and ultimately I can have a strategy, you can have a strategy, they can be slightly different, and you've got to do what you need to do in there, mate. That's it. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. I don't think there's any doubt that if I could have pushed on the gas more and I guess dished out some more damage, and potentially finished him.
I think so.
I think that was definitely on the cards. Maybe if I'd won my first fight, or that was maybe my third fight, and I'd already got the result that I needed to get, and it wasn't in my head going 0-2. Maybe I might have just gone with a bit more intent to kill.
I think you have that in spades, and especially when I'm holding pads or I see you in the practice room, like you have the ability, and even in your first fight as well, you have the ability to stand on business with someone. I would say that if you're there, no one wants to lose a fight.
Yeah.
No one wants to lose, and going into your next fight, you don't want to lose that one either.
No, of course.
So, if you get an early lead on someone, there's a reason why you got the early lead on them in the first place. And it's just up to you to make sure that every exchange you get into, you're coming away the winner. The amount of exchanges you get into, it depends on whether you believe wholeheartedly that you've got an edge. If you believe you have an edge, pick as many exchanges as you possibly can. So, would you say you had the edge here?
Yeah.
I would want you to have a fucking 100 more exchanges than you had then, because you're going to have the edge in all of those exchanges.
Yeah.
So, you're almost letting him off in a way. And I don't mean any disrespect to him, but you're almost letting him skate through to a decision. Where I think you had the edge, and I think with more aggression and more, you would upset his rhythm a little bit more and catch him with a couple of heavy shots. I reckon that's all you need to do to start the snowball effect that leads to the end of the fight in the later rounds. Later rounds. I know it's a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
2 and 3. Those are the later rounds. Mate. Yeah, fucking great fight. You showed everyone as well what you're capable of technically, which is fantastic. You've got tricks in your arsenal, and you've got good fundamentals to back those tricks. It's not like you're all tricks, and it's not like you're only fundamentals. You've got some tricks, you've got good fundamentals. It's fantastic, mate. Yeah,
cheers,
awesome.
Yeah. Should we go back and
go back over that last round, and let's just watch it as spectators?
Yeah.
I just want to.
I can sit here and waffle all day.
But I'm curious, because obviously, as his coach, it sounds like had more confidence that he could just kind of throw a bit more caution to the wind, and
it's not even throwing caution to the wind. It's being cautious but intelligently aggressive. So, as his coach, the guy had power. With all respect to him, he throws hard. Every kick and punch he threw was 100%. He was trying to break through him, like he was trying to burst him open.
He got moved a nice liver kick in round 1
early on.
Oh, did he?
Like no one saw.
Yeah.
Because I think from where you guys was watching, and even from where the camera is, you don't see it. But I almost like walked into. I was like walking forward, and then I was just moving. Luckily, I stopped moving forward, and I was just actually started moving backwards. But he caught me right on the liver. I didn't show it. I was straight on him afterwards, but I was like inside. I was like.
yeah, it's a liver kick, mate. That's what, especially if you're walking onto them, and if your opponent's unloading it with full power.
Oh yeah,
it's a devastating shot.
Yeah.
To get hit
What were
by
you
early
boys thinking? So this is the final round. In that kind of after the second round, once you've filled him out and you kind of know what the game plan is. Obviously, your game plan was more, okay, I know I'm winning this. I don't want to do anything stupid. I want to fight a smart fight. What was the conversation like in the corner?
The opposite. It was basically what he's just everything that he's just said
gotcha.
That was pretty much what was being said. And I was like, while I was in the corner, I was like, yeah, you got it, coach. Yeah, I'm gonna go out there. And then the round started, and I was like, I think I threw like a spinning elbow, and then threw a kick, and then it kind of just like his chat just went out the window. and I reverted straight back to. Nah, let's just get the win.
But then you can see at the start of round 2 and at the start of round 3, you look at the quality work you got done because you're standing in the pocket and you're trading intelligently, and then it devolves back into just spacing.
Yeah.
Which is like, if you do that with him, if you space with him, and you just, when he moves forward, you move back. When he moves back, you move forward, and you tag him, you'll win that fight.
Yeah,
and you know
yeah.
that. You know you'll win that fight because you're longer range than him, and he explodes into everything he does. He loads up everything he does. So all you need to do is just get the fuck out of there. It's about control for me. So when you are being intelligently aggressive and you're creeping forward and you're putting pressure on his plan. Well, not his plan, just his nervous system and what he's trained to do. If you put pressure on him and you're constantly creeping forward, there's no part in his mind that's like, oh, okay, he's given me about 5 seconds to think, so, oh, shit, I'm not in the middle of the ring. Okay, I can get to the middle of the ring. See, he starts thinking and he starts intelligently calculating things. Whereas if you're right there, you're like, yeah, like that. He's not thinking about where he is in the ring. He's not thinking about what shots he's going to throw. He's not thinking about maybe, oh, shit, okay, I can see a little bit of bruising on his... Oh, shit, okay, cool, I hit him with a heavy left kick. Also, if you don't put him under pressure, he starts hearing his corner more. He starts being like, what are they saying to me? Oh, step in and throw the overhand right. Okay, yeah, cool, that's what I'm going to do. You kind of give him...
That's what I was hearing.
That's what
I could hear it. I feel like I was very, very... That's one thing I would say is very, very present in that in this fight. Super
More
present.
so
I could hear like literally 1,000 times more. I think in my first fight did not hear nothing. Literally did not hear anything. But I was just engaged in an absolute war with Barry Chadwick. Like, and all I really could focus on in my first fight was just him.
Because he was in your face.
He was in my face.
He was in your face
the whole time.
Pressure the whole time.
The whole time. So yeah, very much makes sense with what you're saying. So,
but you're on the pressure side of the matchup. You want to put pressure, not in throwing caution to the wind, like he's not just running at him, just creeping forward and putting pressure on his mind, like his mental stack. Can only deal with a certain amount of process a certain amount of things, and it's the same with every human being on planet Earth. Like, if you stand in front of someone and they stand in front of you and you're in the pocket, they're like, oh, I'm gonna hit you now, sweet. But if you stand just outside of the pocket and you move forward, move back, he doesn't know whether you're coming or going. Now you add the fakes to that. Oh, you're faking this, you're faking that. He throws big, you avoid it. He's thinking, oh shit, where's the counter coming from? You're overloading his mental stack so that he can't make quality decisions. His decision-making process is affected, which is, I think, not throwing caution to the wind, but pressure. It does that to someone.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's a learning curve, isn't it? I think typically I'm quite a back-footed fighter. I like kind of I'm quite comfortable moving backwards, but not like running away from people, but like moving backwards and scoring off my back foot. I mean, I showed that
like counter
in the first fight. But where I think Marlon, where I counted him a few times and was very good at using my range and then being there then not being there, he was then hesitant to come forward.
Bingo.
So that's where I just need that experience of like, okay, I should have pinned him there.
100%.
Like,
challenging his perception of where you are. He doesn't throw anymore because he doesn't know whether you're just going to jump back or not. As you step in, pay attention carefully, all right? He don't know whether you're stepping back. He's pulling his big shots. Straight down the middle. 1, 2. That cross runs straight through his guard and knocks his head back. Bubble. Step back. Reassess. Here. All right? Make sense?
It's exactly that, and you did that. You did for 25 seconds, and then obviously what happens at the end of the day. I can say what I think, but you need to make decisions on the fly as well. And look, bottom line is, show good technique, walked away with a win. You controlled him as well. You didn't let him injure you.
No head trauma as well.
Yeah,
no head
you
trauma.
not being injured is the number one priority.
Yeah.
Walking away from a fight, not injured, having learned something, having had the experience, taking away the win is the second priority. And then entertainment value is the third priority. People just want to see two people stand in front of each other and batter each other. But that would be the wrong thing to do for you. That would have been the wrong thing. Strategically the wrong thing. Because he's just, boom, big power. He just unloads all his shots.
If he landed, like, I can't lie, it's like one of them. If I walk onto one of his shots, like, very high potential for that to just be lights out if I don't see it
You're
coming.
tough. You're
Like,
tough
yeah.
if you don't see it coming yet.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
tough, but it will change the way you fight.
Yeah.
So even if it doesn't knock you out, that kind of shot there, that kind of concussive trauma will change the way that you fight.
Yeah.
Thinking about the
Flashbang,
mental
World
stuff.
War II.
Yeah. Let's say you're multitasking at work. Yeah. You've got deadlines. You got to send this email, do this, do that, whatever. You're multitasking. Yeah. It's difficult. It's difficult for the human brain to multitask on lots of different things. In the ring, you're multitasking. Again, you're thinking about where you are, what your corner's saying, where you're going to land, what they're planning on landing on you, your footwork, X, Y, and Z. Now imagine you've just been fucking whopped in the face. How's your multitasking? So how's your ability to make quality decisions? And it all goes out the fucking window.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good.
Yeah.
Great fight.
Nice one.
Should we watch it as a spectator?
Let's just spectate it. Let's just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
So this is back at the start of the third.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess so. Yeah. This is the third.
Yeah, those long kicks are working for Michael Sheridan again.
Nice.
And Marlon Rose there trying to break through that and find out, get on the inside.
Yeah, just giving him ground. Yeah, just giving him ground.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Now you point out.
Here we go. Watch this little pullback.
Whoop!
Bit of
showboating there from Michael Sheridan.
Yeah.
Referee didn't take too kindly to that.
Yeah. Boom. Shot.
Nice knee round the back.
So watch, you see there where I stepped in with the teep. Watch this now.
Boom. Shot.
Because when I stepped in with the teep on the last one, he
Yeah.
Oh no, he just curled up.
Both going for that single shot all the time, aren't they?
For yourself.
Yeah. He was just trying to.
Boom. Shot.
He got me with a nice knee here. He had a nice high clinch.
Nice high tight clinch there.
Yeah. That knee there, yeah. I felt that one. I remember feeling that one.
He's got a body lock and
Again, another knee in the clinch there by Marlon Rowe.
That's about. He's trying to push your face as well. He's trying to like exercise.
There we go.
You got your forehead down.
Last few seconds.
Last couple of seconds of this fight.
Last 10 seconds. Let's see what the
still being
what either one of
intelligent.
them
Boom right. Boom right.
put a cap on the end.
And then
Just start swinging, really.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. Sweet. I mean,
let's
the
see
commentator
what
says
judges
they
think.
should just start swinging, really. Now, I've got a contention with this because that is absolutely the opposite of what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And that is what he should be doing. He should be stepping in and just going for it and just trying to
yeah.
throw shots from different angles.
Yeah.
So not just like right hook, left hook, left foot. He should be throwing a right hook, left uppercut, fucking right uppercut, right hook. He should just be throwing lots of heavy punches from different angles and just praying he catches you with something. It's your responsibility to not devolve into madness.
Yeah.
10 seconds before the end of the fight.
Yeah.
And start swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that. I think that's the thing. It's like we knew that Marlon had power. Obviously, you'd watched it. You commentated his last fight.
Yeah, I commentated.
And he was very like, just reckless coming forward. I would actually say that his former opponent, he was like 6'4", 6'5".
Very tall.
Very tall.
His last opponent
Did not use his range in the slightest.
Yeah,
Marlon was so aggressive, flying at this guy who's like way taller than me, like half a foot taller than me, and had way more of a reach advantage. But I think Marlon just didn't give Marlon enough to respect coming forward, So Marlon was just like flying at him. So that's why I was expecting.
Yeah, it was interesting he didn't do that with you, considering you are a similar opponent, maybe slightly.
I was shorter, but to be honest, I just utilised my range more, and I was just more evasive.
I think Marlon's last opponent might have given him a reason to not charge forward. And there were a couple of exchanges. I can't remember it very well because I commentated a lot of fights that night and I was reffing as well. So it's all a big blur. But when I watched it back, I did remember it. I think his opponent might have given him a reason to not come forward. And I think people learn from the fights. If he's had a fight with a taller opponent and he's charging in recklessly and just getting caught by all manner of shit, I think maybe then that's what he took away from the last fight, is that he can't just run forward into someone who's throwing hard for them.
Yeah.
And that's why he was a little bit more back-footed in this fight. It's always difficult being the shorter fighter. The burden is always on you to make the taller fighter make a mistake. They have to make a mistake for you to get in. Because as it goes, if you both throw straight punches, you're catching him before he catches you, you're just winning that fight. If all he has in his arsenal is straight punches, he'll lose. So he's got to find avenues, but I would do that with a combination of good footwork and good defense. If you throw your teep, he's got to go back foot, front foot very quickly, so that if you waste a powerful teep, he's got an avenue in. Or you throw a straight shot, he parries, he counters over the top. So those are the two things I would say, like walking away from that fight, that he could have potentially been avenues he could have been taken. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to prepare for these things in a training camp, and then it's your responsibility to play to your strategy. And the strategy that you had was obviously successful. So you fight the person who's in front of you. You strategize the person's in front of you. You walk away with a win. Simple. That's it.
You happy with the performance as well? Or?
Yeah. There's always room for improvement. I think it was weird. I woke up the next day feeling far less, I guess, fulfilled.
Really?
After the win. Because of I don't know, there was just like that feeling. After the loss, I was like, right, I left it all out there. Dug deep, fought injured, and just had a war. And I think there's something like, as a man, there's no better feeling. Do you know what I mean? Whether I came out with a win or the loss, it's like Barry Chadwick broke my rib and my lung collapsed and I smashed his face. You know what I mean? And still gave him a few hard knees as well. But we just had a war. Whereas that one, it was just a lot more, cool, I got the win. But, I admittedly, I didn't really get out of, if I've got 6 gears, I didn't really get out of third or fourth. I didn't have to, but that was because I almost didn't need to, in a way. But I don't know. It was a bit of a strange one. The next day I was just a bit like, I want my next fight to, I don't know. I just want to get out there and I know I got more to give than that. And obviously Jared's explained that today. Yeah.
Do you wish you left more in the ring than you did?
You know what? I don't have any regrets. Right, I wouldn't do, because it's like Jared said, came out uninjured, got the win. Everyone who came to watch absolutely loved it, anyways, right? Regardless. So, and I showcased a range of skills that I didn't get to showcase in the previous one, right? So I don't have any regrets. It's just lessons. It's just lessons. Like next one, it's like we're gonna find the balance in between those first 2 fights, and maybe get matched up with a different opponent that I can maybe have a bit more of a back and forth with. So yeah,
absolutely, yeah. And I think if you go there with a strategy in your mind and you follow that strategy and you walk away with a win, that is literally your job as an athlete. That's your job. It's not your job to fucking lay down your safety every single fight if you don't need to. It's only your second fight. You're gonna have wars. Every fight doesn't need to be a fucking war. That's obviously what everyone wants to see, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, he could have done this, he could have been more aggressive, he could have and about your opponent, he could have been like a little bit more game, and like he knew he was losing, so why didn't he throw caution to the wind and just attack you? Fuck that. You do what you've got to do as an athlete, and as your confidence grows and as your as you make these adjustments to your game, then you'll naturally have these situations. You'll naturally have these. You'll naturally walk into these situations where sometimes you got to go to war to pick up the win.
100%.
And then that's what you got to do. Sometimes you don't need to go to war to pick up the win. You just need to be technically proficient and agile and intelligent about the exchanges that you're picking for yourself. That's it.
Well, that's it. I would just say, that fight I was able to showcase my IQ, showcase my intelligence, showcase my evasiveness, my calmness,
your reactions.
It was like, particularly in that last round, I was like a cat.
You showcased a lot of the attributes that you need to have as a good fighter. You showed yourself, and you showed everyone else that you can be evasive, that you can be intelligent, that you can. You don't. One thing that for myself as a fighter, one thing that I fall down flat on my face is that I get tagged and then I lose my fucking mind. So like, I'll get tagged by a shot and be like, yeah, we're getting into it. And then I'll get tagged 3 more times, boom, 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 like that. And I'm like, oh, that wasn't the right fucking... Then, any one of those shots could have me on my back. We both fight at a weight where you get hit by the wrong shot. That's it.
For sure.
Wiped out.
Yeah, for sure.
And you didn't fall into the trap of not being composed, which is, again, composure is something as a fighter that you have to have in spades. You have to be composed the entire time. So you showed a lot of attributes that qualify you to be a fantastic fighter. The other attributes you've shown in your last fight. So now we combine those attributes, boom, and then every single fight from now, you're
just evolve.
Total package.
It's like, I would say, as far as those first two fights are concerned, it's like a very good experience for first 2 fights. As well, one thing I would say with this is, experiencing being later on in the card, very early on in my career. That's a different...
What time did you... So, just to give a little bit lowdown, what time did the fight start?
Didn't make the walk until like 9:45.
It was quite late.
It was late.
And you got
bear in mind...
about 4 o'clock.
What time did it start, the whole promotion?
The kids started at 4.
Junior fights, at 4.
Junior started at 4.
Oh, wow, yeah. So you had a lot of...
around 5.
Gotcha.
Oh, man, it was...
waiting around.
Bear in mind, in the first one, it was kind of like we got there at probably 4:30. Got there at 3. Did the medical, went down the pub with a couple of my friends, not to drink obviously.
And then I was calling him up on the phone going, you got to come back, I've got to wrap your hands.
Literally, got back to the venue, wrapped my hands, because I was like number 3 or number 4 on the card. Boom, literally, wrapped my hands, warmed up, and I was out there. Didn't even really have time to feel nervous backstage, because it was just like...
Did you prefer that, or did you rather being able to sit with them kind of emotions? And
I think I'd like somewhere in the middle. Because this one, it was like, we was just there. Obviously, the card was delayed an hour and a half because the juniors ended up taking way longer. So my hands were wrapped at 6:45. I didn't make the walk until 9:45, and it was kind of like I had the shits. Like, I started getting like flu symptoms. Like I was feeling really run down. My muscles were aching. My skin was aching. I felt like shit. And it was purely, I was thinking, because Justice was ill the week preceding. So I was like, fuck me. Like, as if I'm getting ill now. Yeah. But Jared was just like, no, mate, this is just like, this is the nerves. This is how your body's manifesting the nerves. So, yeah. And there was
a lot. It happens a lot. You'll get flu-type symptoms and like diarrhea-type symptoms as well, because your body's like trying to get into you know what you're preparing yourself for.
Yeah.
Did that state,
your body responds
when you got in the ring? Did that all disappear, or did it?
That went. To be honest, as soon as I started smashing the pads, not just like light warming up. As soon as I started smashing the pads, all of that stuff was going. I felt nervous when I walked out the dressing room. The only actual time where I started feeling calm was when I was like backstage waiting to walk out. Like literally not backstage, but like not in the dressing room. I just mean like literally waiting at the side there to walk out, and I hear like my tune come on. And then I'm like saying like my positive affirmations to myself and just getting myself hyped. There was this guy that was like leading me, telling me where to go. He was like hyping me up as well. It was pretty jokes. Yeah, I didn't even know who he was. I think I met him at the weigh-in and then seen him again. Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Was he just telling you where to go?
He was just he like walked me out from the dressing room and showed me where to go, and then said like, you walk out here. And he was like yeah. This is your time, champ. Let's go, man. Let's go. I was loving it, man.
As a coach as well, with obviously such a long time between getting there, warming up, fighting, how do you help with, because this is your second fight, so it's still kind of new in your fighting career. How do you as a coach help them deal with them sort of emotions throughout that day of fight day?
Yeah, so with a fighter, you've just got to make sure they're incubated until they need to wrap their hands, move around, do certain things. So it's like, and this is a little bit what's the expression? I keep using it. I keep forgetting what it is. It's about how the sausage is made.
The sausage is made.
Okay, so sausage.
I've never really heard that. So
the expression how the sausage is made is like, you just kind of get it in the supermarket, just this whole sausage, and it's got meat in it, but you don't know where it's come from.
Yeah.
And then if you say how the sausage is made, it's kind of behind the scenes information that I probably shouldn't be saying, but not everyone's going to watch this, so it's okay. As a fighter, you've got to incubate them in the sense that they've got to forget where they are and what they're doing here. So the more a fighter runs around the crowd and watches the fight and gets invested, it's just a slow drain on their battery. And it's like, it may help with the nerves temporarily, but the nerves are always going to come back, because they're like, oh, this is fucking awesome. The lights and all my friends. I'm fighting. And then they're like, oh shit, okay, I'm going to go talk to my mum. What are we having for? Oh, I'm fighting. Like, they've got to keep coming back to that feeling. So it's not adequate distraction, because if you're going to distract someone from something, using the same thing you're trying to distract them from, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. So I think Netflix or music or whatever mode of entertainment suits someone the best and sort of parts them from what they're actually thinking is the best course of action. That's why I say incubate them. They've got to have no sound, no nothing apart from the thing that they're doing that's going to be distracting them. And then when they wake up and they're involved in the process, their hands are getting wrapped, they're hitting pads, this and that, all of the things that they're meant to be doing in order to prepare them for their fight. They're too busy thinking about the process. They're not thinking about being nervous. The walkout is where a lot of people get nervous, and the hand wrapping is where a lot of people get nervous, because sometimes when you're wrapping someone's hands, you're not really communicating with them much. But if you engage someone and you communicate with them and you find things to talk about, it can fly over a little bit. But I think for me as a fighter, when I'm having my hands wrapped, that's when I get a little bit nervous, but it's then and only then.
Is that the psychology of kind of like putting on the armour for
exactly, yeah, 100%. Once your hands are wrapped, it's like, oh shit, okay, well, my hands are wrapped so I don't break them on someone's face. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, cool. You can't come back from that. Your hands are wrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just about, I think, making sure that they are unknowingly occupied, and like I said, it's how the sausage is made, because next time I'm trying that, he's gonna know exactly what I'm doing. He's gonna understand. I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like talking to him, he's like, oh god, he's trying to distract me. You know what I mean? Oh no. But to be honest, after a couple of fights, you learn to regulate those emotions, and it becomes a lot easier.
100%.
I just imagine you being like, Jared, I know what you're trying to do, bro.
he will know what I'm trying to do. It's like, if I'm not skillful enough in my communications with a fighter, they will realise that I'm trying to distract them, which is why, like, I'm just like, oh, I'm so busy. Oh, sometimes even like I'll chat to some, like, let's say for example, Mikey comes with me, we're cornering a fighter. I'll just chat to Mikey and just they can be there, because if I talk to them too much, they're like, why is everyone focusing so much on me? So some personality types, when you communicate with them a lot, it makes them feel uncomfortable because they're introverted, they don't want to be communicated with. Cool, so I'll chat to him next to you then. So you can listen to our conversations. You don't need to participate in it if you don't feel comfortable participating in the conversation. But at least there's conversation and distraction going on around you. And I think when you start wrapping the hands, when you start warming up, cool, then you need to focus, because I actually need something from you. But until I need something from you as a fighter, you should be doing nothing that you wouldn't do if you were sat in bed at home. Fucking playing video game, watching the TV, you know, whatever you like to do, combing your fucking hair. Just do your thing like you're in your own house, and it will make the time fly a little bit more.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
It's a
definitely.
busy dressing room, wasn't it?
So, yeah, it was busy.
Busy dressing
There
room.
was a lot to be focusing on.
Yeah.
I know it's like, I suppose that might be one of the advantages of going later on in the night, but I've seen it where it's been so busy, like people are trying to do pads, and it's like trying to move everyone out of the way so you can actually have room to do pads. And it's a bit like, come on,
It's what it was like, really.
Oh, really?
In yeah,
early on into the night. Not when you were warming up. It was
there
was a couple
fine.
of people around, but it was fine because you were
fine.
pretty late on. But I think it shouldn't matter when you are on. It shouldn't matter. It only matters emotionally.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line is you should be incubated until you fight.
Yeah.
So whether you're on early or on late, if you're incubated properly, if you're distracted properly, and you're not spending energy, like nervous energy or running around or doing X, Y, and Z, it shouldn't matter. You could fight at 12, like, as long as you're around. And look, obviously you don't go to bed super early. You know, some people wake up super early in the morning, they go to bed super late. So, I mean, that might have an effect. But with caffeine, with the use of caffeine, it shouldn't matter that much. So it shouldn't matter whether you're on early or late, but it obviously feels better to be on early.
Do you recommend caffeine before a fight?
Yeah, if you use caffeine, usually,
Yeah.
yes, use it.
After the medical.
After your medical, obviously, because
Yeah.
caffeine can have an effect on your blood pressure. So if you use caffeine normally, if you don't drink coffee or Red Bull or use caffeine, don't fucking do it before your fight.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do
Or
it.
if you're not used to having it even before sparring, you shouldn't really do anything differently on fight
to how
day.
you're training.
Yeah.
You should really what you should be doing throughout your camp is almost having doing a small version of your pre-fight ritual, or like a snapshot of it before sparring.
100%.
You should eat the same foods that you eat before a heavy sparring day.
100%. The bottom line is, every single time you train, you're rehearsing for a fight. That's it, simple. So if you're varying your training to your fighting, if they're two separate things, you're going to feel underprepared, because, again, it's a rehearsal. If you're not just going to training to get fitter, you are going to training to holistically improve your life as a fighter and improve your performance as a fighter. If you're not a fighter, you could train for a variety of different reasons. You could train for mental health, to get fit. You could train for just to learn a new skill, for self-defense. These are great things. I'd say the self-defense justification for training sits closer to being a fighter. You want to be emergency prepared for someone to attack you, which is a fight. But you're not. It's not an emergency because you chose to throw yourself into that scenario. But I would say that if you are a fighter training for a fight, it's very, very important, like you said, to keep everything exactly the same. You have to, otherwise you're. I was going to say, No. You're fucking yourself up the arse.
I was gonna say it.
Yeah, you softened it.
No, seriously, like, and it is that big of a deal. You are really fucking up your performance if you vary your training to your fighting.
It is interesting because I've fought before, but never had that sort of thought in my mind, which is why it's interesting coming from two different perspectives. Where it's like, you are rehearsing for the fight, so why would you change what you do or what you eat or whether you drink a certain thing before sparring and stuff like
100%.
That's a confidence issue to me. If you feel like, oh shit, I need to do X, Y, and Z that's different from my training, then you don't have confidence in your training. Then you need to find confidence in your training. Either train harder, train more often, vary your environment a little bit. But if you feel like you're going into a fight and you have to do a bunch of other things that you haven't trained for, you're doing the thing I mentioned earlier.
I mean, I to be honest, it's like probably like 70% of the time I come into training, I'll come in with my headphones on. I got a bit of a stinky look on my face because I'm just getting like in that zone. Yeah. You know, I can't maybe do it every single time because I have friends in the gym.
Will fucking hate
do you know what I mean? But like, it's like,
quite
particularly on like Sunday sparring, Thursdays, like Tuesdays when we're sparring. It's like I'll come in, headphones on, won't really talk to or acknowledge. Like, there's sometimes like I won't even acknowledge you like until.
Well, if you've got your headphones in and you're fucking steaming back and forth, I get it.
Yeah.
As a fighter, you've got to sometimes lock in.
But yeah, that's
train at the end of the day, not to fucking chit chat.
Exactly. And that's in that sense, that's just rehearsing. That's part of getting yourself in that zone, preparing the mind to enact what the body's about to do.
What part of because everyone pulls inspiration and motivation from different things. What part of the mind are you pulling from when you're getting when you're preparing for a fight, and as you said, when you're having them hard sparring, you're getting into that mindset of, okay, like I'm rehearsing for this fight now. Are you locking into a certain ego or a certain part of you that you always go back to when you come to fight or spar? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Could you say it again?
It's a poorly executed question, but
what I think you said is,
on.
Do you tap into a specific frame of mind that is different to your normal frame of mind when you fight? So say, for example, do you tap into like, is it ego or is it fear or is it ambition, or like what drives you in a fight?
I would say
my guy.
I need you here more often. Just stand next to it.
I would say I tap into quite often a neutral place, like an emotionless place.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I fight very unemotionally for the most part. But also it's like a stern, motionless sort of thing.
Like I can never say the word right, but stoic.
Stoic.
Yeah,
stoic. I'd say actually in that fight, like a slightly different side came out. A bit more of like an arrogant side, or like a bit more of like a showmanship
was
side.
Was ego
sort of
a bit
thing.
more involved in?
I would say probably ego.
It would have to be.
Yeah. That was, I would say on that night. Yeah, like an alter ego came out. Like a.
Makes sense.
You ain't gonna touch me, sort of thing. There was an assured confidence on that night. I did a lot of visualization in the build up to that fight, and I prepared for months. So when the fight actually came around, I felt so more than ready physically. So more than ready mentally and spiritually.
Little bit of context, by the way. You were gonna fight months previous. And that didn't happen. So you were in fight camp for way longer than you needed to be.
It was about 5 months.
Yeah.
5 months I was in camp for. I was meant to fight in July, then earlier in September, and that was obviously when we did the last podcast.
Yeah.
I had an opponent for earlier in September over in Kent, and then he pulled out. So 4 weeks out from Rodin, we got a match up with Marlon. And just like I say, I watched his fight probably 7-8 times, and I visualized based off of visualized what he was gonna do a lot. Did a lot of meditation on it, and so actually, when those moments where I was like where he was like flying those big overhand rights and the head kicks and stuff like that, and I was moving out the ring. I've been there before a lot of times.
Yeah, visualization is important. Back to what you were saying about where you are when you fight, in what kind of a place you are. I think a fighter can take themselves to a variety of different places and mindsets and states of mind, but I think there is one that's better than any other, and that's just a place of clinicism. Is just doing exactly what you're supposed to do, devoid of emotion. Because I remember discussing it with you. You make a decision based on emotion. It's always malaligned. It might not be totally wrong, the decision you're making out of emotion, but then it's a matter of you're gambling that the way you feel is the correct way to process information and to do things. Clinicism, doing something based on what you know is effective and is proven to be effective and logically effective, you're always going to be more confident. You're always going to have better execution, because it's emotions can be... What's the word I'm looking for? Emotions can be not precise enough. They can be too intangible. Emotions are intangible. You can't really explain to someone how you feel as easily as you can explain to someone's logical explanation for something. How you feel is always going to be more intangible, so it's harder to grasp. So it's always going to be better for you as a fighter to sit in a more emotionless state. So when things start going wrong, you get hurt, you get injured, you get tired, your opponent gets hurt, which is a big one for me. If I hurt someone, sometimes it's difficult to stay controlled, because I'm like, I can get him now. When in reality, all I'm doing is giving them a chance to do to me what I've just done to them by being sloppy and making fucking mistakes. So sitting in clinicism is always the best place to be, in my opinion.
And that clinical state, is that something that takes time to build through training or through repetition?
It depends.
Anything you do, or is
it does, and it's just repetition of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and trusting it. Mm-hmm. But then it depends how close you sit. Your personality type sits to the middle. If you sit a little bit more closer to neutral as a personality type, you will be a more effective fighter quicker. Mm-hmm. It takes other people longer to learn the emotional skills and emotional control that you just naturally have. So the closer you sit towards medium in your personality type, like not being too extroverted, too introverted, you sit close to the middle. Not being too disagreeable, not being too agreeable, you sit too close to the middle. Just
phlegmatic personality type.
Sitting more towards neutral, you'll find it easier to be a fighter, because you have a lot of the prerequisites that allow you emotionally to sit more in clinicism.
Do you reckon that can be taught, or is that more something...
It can be taught, but some people, like I said before, some people just have it easier than others because they sit more neutral as a personality.
They don't have like a beast to tame, in a way.
Yeah, a beast to tame, or a beast to create.
Yeah.
Or a beast to create.
Yeah.
Some people aren't natural fighters. Some people don't get angry when they get hit in the face. Some people don't want to do harm to another person. But at the end of the day, if you've signed yourself up to a fight, you want to prove it to yourself whether you're capable of doing it. You want to engage in one of the most exciting sports in the world. In my opinion, the most exciting and best sport in the world. If you want to engage with that, you're going to need to hurt another person. Every single thing you are scored on is your ability to hurt someone else. And that's the bottom line. So whether you need to get there through training, or whether you need to come away from that through training and think more logically and clinically about your decisions, the closer you sit to the middle, the easier it will be for you. Just neutrality and clinicism.
Nice one. Yeah, and I suppose that if you're beast to tame or you have like
beast to create,
you're always trying to get closer to that middle line of okay. Do you reckon it's harder to create it or tame it though?
I only know me.
Yeah.
And the people that I've taught, I think it's much. They're both fucking hard, mate.
Yeah.
They're both hard. I honestly don't think that one is easier than the other. I think it takes... This is the parameter I can use, yeah. It'll take someone who has a beast to create longer before they participate in a fight. So I wouldn't necessarily put someone forward for a fight until they have a little bit of oomph about them.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other way, to be a professional fighter and to be fighting at the highest level, I'd say it goes the other way. I'd say it's much easier once someone who is a bit more timid and clinical, once they've got that a little bit of aggression behind them, it's much, much easier for them to fly way higher. Whereas it's easier to get someone involved in fighting if they're already scrappy or aggressive. But in order to calm that well, yeah, in a manner of speaking, I'd say it's easier to create one than it is to tame one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if someone's got a beast already, they've got it for a reason, and it's protected them.
Yeah.
So why would they throw that away? Why would they re-sculpt that? Why would they tame that? Why would they change it? Because it's protected them in a sense. You know, that no one out there that is comfortable doing harm to another human being is fully okay. Do you know what I'm saying? They've gone through something that causes them to be like, either they had a rough childhood in the sense that like they had older brothers who would like, I don't know, get in fights with, or they grew up in a rough place, or any one of those reasons. I won't dig into all the reasons why someone might be comfortable causing harm to another human being, but I'd say it was easier to create one than it is to tame one. But creating one's a lot of hard sparring, and taming one's a lot of thoughtful work. That's it.
And then I feel like I've just been quizzing you here, but it is interesting to delve into it. But switching it to specifically a fighter, would you say, Mikey, you've had to tame that side of it, or was it something you personally had to create to be a better fighter? Or have you always sat quite neutral and not really felt the need to go either way?
Nah, I definitely haven't. Never been neutral. I think, growing up, always getting in fights. I watched a lot of like violence in my household as a young child, and a lot of aggression. So yeah, and then I ended up taking that out into the world. Like I was primary school, secondary school, flipping college. It was only really when I hit sort of 20 that I started calming down, and that is because me and my mate had the brakes beaten off us by like a big group of lads. Like there was about 15 of them, and you know Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Leon. Well, it was more Leon. I'm gonna blame Leon for this one, but
fuck you, Leon.
Yeah,
So
just
he kinda
basically.
helped you
There was a group of lads in Woking that were just like out for it, and we'd seen them scrapping a few other groups of lads that night, and yeah, Leon basically just they were mouthing off from a distance. Leon chatted back, started going over to him like Superman, and obviously I ran over to kind of grab him, but by the time I got there, we was kind of
already in it.
He was in the midst of it. I got knocked out, head stamped on the concrete and all of that, and that that was a humbling experience. I didn't even want to be involved in it. I'll be honest. Yeah. And this is not me saying, oh, Leon's like put me in this situation, because I'd got me and the boys into loads of fights
It's
previously,
just happened to be
right?
another situation.
But let's just say I chose the fights a little bit more equally than 2 versus 15. That's what I will say, Leon. Yeah, when I was matchmaking the fight nights on the street, mate, I was a little bit more, a little bit more sensible. But
there's nothing quite like getting fucking LeBron.
Yeah.
But to like calm you down.
Yeah.
You know.
But I've always found martial arts, whether it was jiu-jitsu, MMA, and now Muay Thai, I've always found it as a way to channel a lot of aggression that I have inside of me. So yeah.
Nice.
Long story short, taming the beast. I feel like I've tamed it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very much, with a lot of mental work and a lot of spiritual work, the beast has been tamed.
That's such a great thing for your life, and such a freeing thing that martial arts can bring to anyone. Like Muay Thai and other martial arts, they really are for everyone. And whatever reason, like sometimes even building in like someone from the other side of the spectrum wants to build in confidence, and they want to like really know what they're capable of doing, what their body's capable of, and how far they can push themselves as well. It really is just the cure-all for everything. Like, get enough sunlight, drink enough water, and fucking train Muay Thai. That's it.
That's the life,
bottom line. Like, you have
that's
to.
the life.
Or
secret
if it's not
recipe
Muay
to a
Thai,
happy
you do
life.
boxing or like whatever.
Some
class
sort of
you
jiu-jitsu.
don't fuck around, especially as a man.
Yeah.
It's very important.
I think it's something that all men should do.
100%.
Yeah, whether it's on the side of taming the beast or creating the beast, knowing that you can defend your household, you know, against an average intruder
or someone else,
or just
someone else who's getting the shit kicked out of
them.
Some violence. Our society as a whole would all be better if everyone held a nuke button in their hand. Like, everyone could go at any given time. People wouldn't fuck around as much.
I feel like that's as well why, particularly in fight gyms, the atmosphere is so just nice, because I feel like everyone's held accountable, because you are sparring, you're fighting these guys week in, week out, so you almost have that button where it's like, well, I will be on Sunday fighting this guy. Like, obviously sparring's a bit different and you're not going out to fucking kill each other, but you're held accountable for the things you say and your actions.
100%. 100%. And it's so pure to have an environment with men where it's like, if you do something that I don't like, or I do something that you don't like, we're gonna punch each other. Not in a horrible way, but like, there's always that in the back of your mind, like, you know, this guy could fucking punch me in the face. That's sweet. That's fine. It makes things so easy to communicate with blokes in that environment, because it's all honest. It's all pure honest communication that you're having with people. Simple.
And I think there's a sense of mutual respect with people, and you know, you guys will have found this with anyone you've fought, right? Anyone you've been in the ring with, even if you don't necessarily like them, there's an element of mutual respect there, right?
100%.
And you have that with your teammates, because maybe you're not doing the fight night with them, right? But you're, you know, 3-4 times a week, or however many times a week, depends how many times you spar. But yeah, a good number of times in the week, you're going toe to toe with them.
You're showing up for each other.
Yeah,
100%.
I always feel like, because when I've sparred or fought and it's been a hard session or whatever, if anything, there's almost more respect there, because I feel like this person is taking me seriously. Like, if I walked into a fight and the guy was just dog shit, like didn't even bother training stuff, that's for me way more disrespectful, and I'm sure for you guys as well, than if you walk in and they're there to fucking fight and they've put in the work, and you can tell, because it's like, well, what, did you not respect me enough to prepare for this fight? Do you think you're just gonna? And I feel like in training as well, in training camps, especially when other people in training camps and you're helping them prepare and you're sparring with them, everyone's showing up for each other day in and day out, and it kind of solidifies that, oh wow, this person through their actions does respect what I'm doing and who I am, and it just
100%.
Just wanted to say that it's been a really easy. You two have got great. You're really easy to talk to and got great like dynamics. So half of it I was able to just sit back and listen. So
yes.
Wicked.
Come on.
We'll sign off there. Well, I hope you enjoyed, guys. We'll see you in the next
Thank you, guys. Tune in for the next fight.
See you later. Yeah.
Listen.